So yeah, in this game, you can see, at least you can see that the number is yellow. But
Sometimes, when you're paying attention.
yes, and if the camera is at the right angle, you can see that your character looks like she's not in good shape. But if the camera is not at the right angle, you can't see it. Alright, now I finally figured out that there was another place where I could go.
You finally did it.
And she surfs on the chain, which I'm sure she can do successfully 100% of the time, and never fall to her doom.
You are the champion of chain surfing. She can do anything if she believes in herself. The power. I mean,
well, the funny thing...
Isn't that kind of one of the themes for her character development? Is if she believes in herself, she can get shit done. Oh,
yeah, it is.
Swearing, should I?
Have I ever had a no swearing rule on my videos?
I guess this is true. It's got a limit.
There are a very limited number of words I will not allow, and common swear words are not on that list.
Okay.
Are those words over toothless?
No.
Good, because I was about to use that one.
The funny thing is that in the previous game, she could have done that and not worried, because she would have her Aeon to save her if she fell. So, nothing really too surprising in terms of enemies here. That robot that has the HP equals 1 attack is probably the nastiest you have to worry about down here. The other stuff I'm just showing, to indicate what's here.
This is the shit we gotta fight.
Yeah, also the same robot, that kicking robot, the same one that killed Yuna, it ends every battle, like when you've taken away all its hit points, it ends the battle with an attack called Thrust Kick. I actually don't know what that attack does, because it never managed to hit me. But my guess as to what it does would be remove one character from game, if you know what I mean.
That's right, that's right, you get no EXP.
Yeah, basically, that character is no longer in the battle. She is not technically dead or knocked out, she is just not there.
Not to go off topic, but am I the only one who's got Machete staring at him, like, from that ad at the bottom?
I have some ad block thing, so...
Yeah, I've got this ad for something called Sling Television, and it's just Machete's face just glaring at me. It's like, watch now, 7 days free. It's like, watch this face for 7 days for free.
I don't even know who that character is.
Oh, it's not a character. It's the. Did you ever see Spy Kids, the original Spy Kids?
No, I did not.
Oh, you need to, but it's he's been in a few movies, but he's like weird. He's this actor who does like all this extreme, like, I think he used to be a wrestler or something like that, so he does a lot of like action movies and stuff like that, but he has this very distinctive face, and he always kind of looks like he's just glaring at you all the time. So, oh my gosh.
Let's just finish it with the glare.
The glare.
What, is he part basilisk?
Yes.
Yeah, so this guy hits hard, but he doesn't do much else. And if you're using Yuna's trainer Dressphere with Kogoro, her dog, you can really see what status effects you can inflict on enemies, because most of his attacks do attempt to impose some status effect or other. I think the same goes with Riku and Pain's trainer Dresspheres, but it'll be different combinations. It'll be different effects. For example, with Yuna, if you do the fire attack, it'll also try to inflict blindness. If you do I think it's the water attack, it'll also try to inflict sleep. And Riku's, I should say the Berserker's Intimidate attack tries to impose slow, and that works for a lot of enemies, even some bosses. So what I did right here was, I was having so much trouble finding this treasure chest in the dark. I was running into so many battles that I finally just equipped the Charm Bangle, which stops random encounters, because I was getting tired of looking for this thing. The encounter rate down here is very high.
Like all those monsters want to bite to bit.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. This is like the area that Bevelle's just been trying to hide from everyone, and has been hiding from almost everyone.
Apart from the heroes.
Yes, well, of course we know about it, because part of a hero's job is to be nosy.
Yes. Like what's going on over here?
Okay. We've seen these detonator guys before, but this one's oversold, so I'm showing it. And it has that quadruple attack thing. It also, I think at some point you'll see it grow, and you know what happens when one of these enemies starts growing. Yeah, usually it'll grow once, then it'll grow again, and if you still haven't killed it, then instead of growing the third time, it'll blow up.
Hey, look what I found.
And that's not good.
No, because it will probably kill one or more of you, and depending on the game, it may stop you from getting any experience points.
Sorry we had to win.
I'm not.
But you killed it, so it's good.
Yeah, that item, Candle of Life, I guess it's because it was oversold. That item is a pretty rare item. If you use it, it inflicts doom on a target. Of course, the doom status is useful only if you think you're not going to be able to deplete its hit points before the doom takes effect.
Yeah, I remember Final Fantasy 13, I think chapter 11, when everything kind of opens up and you're actually down on...
Pulse?
Grand Pulse. The difficulty spike was immense, and I remember that there was this one particular enemy that you wanted to kill. It was like I think it was like a giant slime monster or something like that. It's been years, and I think the reason you wanted to kill it was that it would drop a particular item for, I think, vanilla, maybe? That was really good. And the only way you could practically do it was just by casting death over and over and over again and hoping that one of those times it would insta-kill it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you'd end up in this fight for, like, 30 minutes or more, just casting death over and over, hoping the RNG would be in your favor. Like...
Yeah, because death is Vanille's, like, ultimate attack, right?
Yeah, but it has a very small chance of working.
Yeah.
So... And I think there's probably some enemies that it just doesn't work at all, most likely. Like major bosses and things like that.
Oh yeah, then there's a very similar character in Final Fantasy VIII has sort of a similar attack. Selphie has an attack called The End. There's a very, very low chance of it showing up, but if it shows up, there's like, unless the enemy is undead or the final form of the final boss, it will succeed.
Huh.
Like, if you use it against Omega Weapon, it will succeed. I'm not even sure about the final form of the final boss one. Alright, so I've gotten everything in the treasure chests. That's why I've been spending so long screwing around here. So it's actually time to go further down now. If I figure out that this way isn't the way.
There we go, down we go.
Down the most dangerous staircase ever.
Ah, you'll be fine. It's not like you can fall into the void.
Okay, so it sounds like Roxy's not joining us. Oh well. She'll join another time.
Yes. She'll join next time.
Yeah, I'm really glad to be getting back to this project. For a while, I was thinking of maybe just, letting it go, but it's like, no, I gotta finish it. I've come this far. Plus, I like hanging out with you guys.
When did this project start?
Oh, I think it was back in 2013.
Yeah, it would have had to have been quite a while ago. Like, I'm actually gonna look it up.
I think it was April 1st when I posted the first video, and I tried to make it...
That's right, because it was going to be an April Fool.
I tried to make it seem like an obvious April Fool's joke, but then the real joke would be when I posted the second video, and it wasn't.
The real joke is how long it's taken us to finish it.
Yeah, this is going to be worse than Killer 7. Okay, there's a treasure chest right there, but I couldn't see it. Okay, I guess I saw it then.
Yep, you were right. 2013.
Yeah, I remember because it was when I was living at, I was renting a room from my dad's coworker. I remember recording it from there. I uploaded a few videos there, and then I realized that the internet connection there was not nearly as fast as what I was used to getting. And it was taking like 3 hours to upload a 15-minute video.
Oh no. Yeah, I remember you saying that.
And then I realized, there are other people trying to use this connection. I probably shouldn't do that. So it would be that I couldn't upload any videos except when I was at my parents' house over the weekend. But in March of 2014, I moved to my own apartment, so...
Own internet.
Alright, I have Yuna using Dark Knight now because I've learned a bunch of stuff for her as trainer. And Pain now has more than half of the 999 ability points she needs to learn Elixir.
Yay!
Okay, so if you can't see it, you can probably hear it. This room is the room of that machine that was that big puzzle in the previous chapter. With the 5, rotating arm thingies.
So how far into the game do you think that you are right now? The story is 5 chapters. Chapters 1, 2, and 3 are more or less the same length. Chapter 4 is the shortest. Chapter 5 is the longest. Okay.
This is right near the end of Chapter 3.
Gotcha.
So I'd say, in terms of the total playing time that I will have to do, it's less than halfway, but in terms of the time of the videos, and the number of videos, it's more than halfway.
Is that just because of a lot of farming and stuff toward the end, or...?
Yes.
Gotcha.
There's one side quest in particular that makes you go on a whole bunch of digs in the desert to get spare parts to, how it works is you have to fight this machine, that the Albed have set up for you as, a test to see if it can beat you. You have to fight it before when all of its stats are at less than max. Then you have to find a way to repair it, and you have to upgrade all its parts to max. Then you have to fight it again. Yeah, and when they... What?
I think I kick his ass.
Yeah, when... I don't want to spoil too much, but when you upgrade it to max, they They kind of regret doing it.
Wow.
Alright, I often don't remember how to do this elevator puzzle thingy. I eventually stumbled upon the solution. I don't think it took too much longer, otherwise I would have cut stuff. Yeah, this video is already, like, less than half as long as what I originally recorded. I did a pretty good job at estimating how long the final thing would be, though. I said an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, and it's an hour and 7 minutes.
Nice.
Okay, at this point I'm like, okay, hey, I did something good. But it wasn't enough. I have to do something else.
Gosh, dig it.
Oh look, that thing is right here. I did it.
You did the thing.
You did the thing. Wait, no, that's you got a thing. Okay, off to the left on those lower platforms, if you do not have the Dark Knight Dressphere, you have another chance to get it right now. That treasure chest that you may or may not be able to see.
Yes, I see it.